Hello everyone, I'm the Knife Fanatic, and today I'm bringing you a review of yet another CRKT knife. I actually have no idea what's in this box because it's been a little while since I've ordered it, but today we're going to find out. So it looks like it's a Stickler, not really ringing a bell, but I'm sure I'll remember. Oh yeah, I remember this. Yep. So we've got kind of a slim profile assisted, unfortunately, knife designed by Jeff Parks. And surprisingly enough, this little guy has Sandvik 12C27 steel. I don't have any experience with that steel, but it's a hell of a lot better than the 4116 stainless that we just looked at on the SACE. Definitely kind of a flashy body, but at least it's more interesting than some of the stuff they've been putting out. Good access to the liner lock. It kind of juts out there with all of its jimping, and you can grab onto it and shove it out of the way. Decent jimping on the flipper tab, even if it's a little rounded off. But, I mean, it's assisted, so you don't need much of a flipper tab. It's got a fuller on both sides of the blade for whatever reason. I mean, none of the blade is exposed when it's closed, and, I mean, it's assisted, has a flipper tab. Like, I don't have any idea what the reason for this fuller is, but decent kind of spear point style blade. Let's see about the edge. So not too bad. Not too bad. Definitely reasonably acceptable for a factory edge from CRKT. Looks like a decent pocket clip. Probably won't have too many issues with that. Looks like it should be deep carry, which you know I like. Can't really tell you too much about the action because that's assisted, but I mean, for an assisted knife, it feels pretty smooth, which it is straight out of the box. So I mean, what do you expect? Perfect centering, which is always nice. I paid $49 for this knife, and that's usually about where it sits. Sometimes around $55. But yeah, that's basically all I've got for you for first impressions. I'm going to carry this for a week or so, and then I will be back and tell you what I think. I'll see you then. Alright everyone, it's been a week, and now I'm back here to share my experience with you all. But real quick, I'm going to throw the specs of this knife up on the screen for you all to see, and then let's get right into it. So of course, starting off with the good things first, I am pretty pleased with this 12C27 blade steel. It's held up pretty well. In fact, we can test that right now. I have not done anything to maintain this blade. I've just used it. And it still cuts almost as well as it did out of the box. With, you know, some minor issues, but to be expected considering all the things I've used it for an entire week. And so yeah, overall, just very happy with the blade. And it's been a relatively useful blade shape for me, even for what I do. Even though it is assisted, you don't really have to fight the spring too much. to close it, which I like. It's pretty easy to close. It does have a decent opening. It doesn't absolutely rock it out, but you never got to worry about it failing and not fully engaging and opening the blade. The lock, easy access to it, plenty of jimping, no problems there. No lock stick. Whenever it locks up properly, which we'll get to in a minute, it locks up just where it needs to be, about 45-50%. There's no up and down play, but there is a tiny bit of side-to-side play that's developed since use. So that's probably fixable. No issues with the pocket clip, even though it is not inset. I would much prefer an inset clip, like I always do, but it's not a big deal. Unfortunately, it is not reversible. So, right-hand side is all you're going to get with this knife. And overall, fit and finish and construction, and strength and durability, overall, pretty good. So no huge complaints there. And now on to the bad. Starting off with the worst thing. Literally every 4 or 5 times I open the knife, this lock bar shoots past the tang of the blade. So it gets stuck on this other side of the blade. And you have to get something to pry it over and pop it back over. Like that. That happens once every 3 or 4 fucking times I open the knife. And it's really annoying and really hampers the practicality of the knife. And it just happens way too often. See, it's literally happened again already. And that's just unacceptable. That's the big downside for this knife. Another thing, all of this blue coloring on the aluminum comes off very easily. There's many of scratches already on this knife from use, and it just comes off very easily. And I've only carried this for a week, so I can only imagine what a month would do to this knife. But overall, aside from that lock bar issue, for an assisted knife of a style that I don't really care for, this did the job, and it did work for the week that I carried it. No huge complaints other than that lock bar issue. And I mean, for the price point, if you're looking for an assisted knife and you're looking for this style of a knife, this isn't a bad option, so long as you can maybe get one of these that doesn't have that lock bar issue. Hopefully this is just a lemon and this is one of the only ones that does that, but I have no idea, no way of knowing, and it might be something to contact CRKT about. But overall, it was a relatively mostly positive experience. And could I recommend this knife? At least for the price point it usually falls around, which is low $50 range. I paid $49. Yes, if you can get one that doesn't have that lock bar issue, and this is the kind of knife you're looking for overall, I can recommend this. Absolutely can I recommend this. But if you have that same lock bar issue, no, absolutely not. At least for me, that's a killer. I mean, even if I loved this knife and wanted to carry this kind of knife, I wouldn't solely because of that. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I hope it helped you out. I'm the Knife Fanatic, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay bladed.